This is Life's a Pitch TV. Main sponsor, DPS Tech. Also supported by Lackens, all about hearing. Forward Floors, Ginger Pickle, Fred Olsen Logistics, The Dove, Seckford Golf Club, Ashford Wright, John Keeble Cars, Venue 16, The Hudson Group, Come Hither Design, Sound 4 Pro Audio, and Suffolk Sound. Our charities this year: Cancer Support Suffolk and the Ipswich Town Community Foundation. Welcome to the DPS Tech Arena for today's episode of Life's a Pitch TV. Let me introduce you to the team. I'm Mark Murphy, but that's Terry Butcher. Hey. And over there's Russell Osman. Hey. And it's Luke Chambers. Hey. And on technicals, we've got Richard, John and Mark. Hey. And Leslie's not here tonight, so don't worry about giving her any applause. But she's watching at home. Hello, she's watching at home. Now, of course, we are in the Premier League. We have doubled in size at our studio, so we have... well, a reasonable crowd in Churchman's tonight, sponsored by John Keeble Cars in Bramford. I think there's still people queuing up to get in. But over in the North Stand, it is absolutely chock-a-block, sponsored by Ashford Wright. We are on YouTube, we are on podcast, and we are on Suffolk Sound on Saturday lunchtimes. Now, if you'd like to be part of the capacity crowd, it's good fun, isn't it? Yay! Are you sure? Yay! Excellent. There's free beer and snacks. If you'd like to be part of the capacity crowd, go to our website, livesapitch.tv, and it says capacity crowd at the top, and so just click on that and you can apply to be part of our crowd in weeks to come. We've got the Table Footy Challenge on this day in ITFC history, Ask the Legends Player of the Week, and now the Renegade Statman with ITFC stats that you didn't know that you needed. An interesting one about our guest tonight. Time to welcome our latest ITFC guest, all the way from sunny Spain. It is Bartosz Bialkowski! Bart, welcome to the show. Good to have you on the programme. How have you ended up in Spain?
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me. Just came up about a year ago, just over a year ago. We're thinking where we're going to stay when I finish football, and then to be fair, I wanted to go back to Poland. My wife wanted to stay in England, but I said I just cannot see myself staying in England after football. So we just came up with a conclusion to move to Spain.
Met in the middle then.
Easy.
Halfway. Well, welcome to the show. So many people in the capacity crowd. Looking forward to hearing from you tonight, and of course the boys, especially Luke, got lots to talk to you about on the show this evening. Got to ask you first of all. I mean, what do you make of Town's start in the Premier League?
To be fair, I've watched the first game against Liverpool, and then other than that, I didn't see any Ipswich games, to be honest. But listen, I'm sure they're going to be a massive game on at the weekend for them, and I'm sure they're going to win it. It's been a tough start for them in terms of opposition teams, but I'm sure they're going to be okay. Last season, this has been probably the best Championship teams I ever played against. Playing against Ipswich, and I'm sure they're going to be okay.
Well, we all hope so, and keeping our fingers crossed. Obviously, you can't see the games very regularly over there, or can you? Is it on TV much, the Premier League?
It is sometimes. So I've got Polish TV, so they only showing one or two games over the weekends, Premier League games. That's the reason.
Well, we've got lots to talk to you about as the show goes on, but I just want to just pick up on the results at the weekend and ask the boys what they thought of 0-0 in Brighton.
I thought it was a fantastic result. I thought it was great. I thought the performance was very solid. I know you look at the stats and you suddenly realise how well you have to play to get a point in the Premier League now. You have to work hard, you have to be disciplined, you have to stick together. And they did that all the way through the game. No mistakes, players were covering each other well. And it was a very, very hard-fought, well-earned point. And that's what it's going to have to be like for the rest of the season.
And Butcher, a really, really good defensive performance.
Yes, I thought Muric and Twanzebe, particularly, they were the pick of the back five. But I mean, I thought it was Bart playing in goal for us. I thought some of the saves he made were Bart-like, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you could tell it was like Bart because he kept putting the ball in the crowd as well. So Bart used to do that.
It's a tough show, Bart. I told you, mate.
You said you weren't going to mention that, didn't you?
No, I thought I'd better get.
You're not wrong.
That was our job, Bart, wasn't it, back then?
Yeah.
Bart, did you have any friends in the crowd? Because he seemed as though Muric seems to try and pick out his friends as well, like you.
Oh, it's a tough school. But to be fair, talking about the game and Muric, I think he showed why he's been signed. And after a tricky start that he had, and the mistake that he made in his first game, and questions were asked, he certainly answered some of the critics, which you have to do, and which our current guest this evening did every single week that he played for us, probably because I was playing in front of him, but it's a different story.
Now that's the next question, isn't it, to Bart? Bart, what was it like to play behind this man Chambers? Was he decent?
Yeah. No, listen, Chamber been a top draw over the years. Like, he's been the best captain I've ever had.
That's enough.
Defender. He's been asked to do so many jobs on the pitch and off the pitch as well. I cannot speak highly enough of him. He's been top draw. I remember, Chamber probably remind me. Was that against Brentford when we had a collision?
A collision, yeah.
Well, you're out for a while.
He's been injury free for the most of his career, and that was probably when we collided. He had to be out for 3 or 4 weeks, broken ribs.
It was actually
he's been injured.
It was 3 months, mate. But
I didn't notice. Chamber.
Yeah, no, exactly, mate. It was lucky. It was the end of the season. The ball went over the top. Ollie Watkins was chasing me, and Bart, being the ninja that he was, he came out silently and absolutely clattered me, fractured my sternum, broke my ribs, and dislocated my shoulder. And I said to the physio when he came on, I was like, no, give me a minute. I think I'll be all right. And he lifted my shoulder and it just went, and he's like, nah, mate, you're going to come off. And got carried off into the physio's room, rushed straight to hospital. Yeah. And that was the worst experience I've ever had. I said to the physio, you need to ring my missus. Yeah. Because I think I was in big trouble.
To breathe and everything.
And Bart, how were you after
he was
the injury? Were you hurt at all by any chance?
Well, no, I'm not sure. No. I was fine, but I was feeling so bad after the game. I was keep messaging Chamber how is he, and I was so sorry because obviously I didn't mean it, but it was
nah, you weren't that sorry. You didn't pay me my 4 appearance monies that I missed out on the end of the season, so you still owe me that.
Yeah. It's coming, Chamber.
Maybe a trip to Spain, perhaps, will be on the cards. I think.
Did you win the game?
No.
I'm not sure.
So penalty, wasn't it? Lost 1-0.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I don't know about you, but I like it when goalkeepers come out and get involved. You know, and all right, you might smash your own player now and again.
Nearly killed me, but anyway, move on.
You know. But it's also important that they smash the opponent strikers now and again, because it makes them think twice about going in for set pieces and stuff like that, so... And that's what the lad was good at on Saturday at Brighton. He came, he got involved with stuff, He made his mind up what he was going to do, and he committed himself. And that's what I don't like it when they half go back, run back, and get everybody else in a bit of a mess then.
They normally shout keepers, and then the next word is away. But no, what was he like at crosses?
That's my favourite one.
That was Bart's favourite. We used to call him a Wapers. No, he was brilliant. What can I say? You don't win. Was it 3 Player of the Year in a row
Yeah.
by being rubbish. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. Some of the stuff that he would do in training, in games. He used to think he was a bit of an outfield player as well, but we had to put him back in his place a little bit. We had a spell at the club where I think it was 2 years, Bart, where we'd go out probably 45 minutes before training started and we'd play head tennis. And it got so competitive. The lads almost like WD-40 on their hips, and they were getting like scissor kicks over the bed, like bicycle kicks. I think one of the lads got injured doing it, but it was a good time. And then that's where they started trying to put it on the lads that they could actually play outfield. But believe me, definitely couldn't.
Their goalkeepers stay in goal.
Yeah, we'll talk more in a moment or two about Bart's time here, but I just want to pick up on some of the events from the game at Brighton. O'Shea and Greaves at the back, obviously very, very solid with Twanzebe and Leaf and obviously Muric, but no Wolfie, which was a surprise because we picked him out last week as having a really good game, didn't we?
No, I think you did, Mark, yeah.
Wouldn't have been you, Terry, would it?
No, it wouldn't have been me at all, no.
Kiss
I-
of death,
wasn't
Mark.
there?
No, this is obviously something. There's more to it than he's not been left out, has he? So he's obviously carrying something, and
Yeah.
but that's why you have a squad that we do now, and the signings that we've made, and big decisions to be made again at the weekend for the manager. Players coming in that we spent.
Do you think it's going to be that back five that's going to be on a regular basis?
I think he really likes Luke Wolfenden, so
Well, not then.
I think he will potentially come back in. But again, if you've kept a clean sheet at Brighton in a game that I said we wouldn't get anything from, if I'm being honest, and they've did tremendously well.
It was funny, Terry asked me, he said how I thought O'Shea played. And I thought, well, I didn't really notice him that much, which sometimes when you're centre-half is a good sign because, as we mentioned before, just get on and do your job. You don't have to be making tackles left, right and centre. And thinking back, I thought he must have done okay. Clean sheet, he's been tidy. Greaves again was superb and the full-backs did their job, so it was solid.
You always have a centre-half that stands out more than the other one, don't you? But that's why these partnerships work, I think, and
usually the taller one
the taller, uglier one usually stands out more, don't they? So it's,
How important
that's
is it
why
to
Berra and me done all right.
How important is it to have that really good pairing? We talk about, Butcher and Osman. We talk about eggs and bacon, Hunter and BT. How important is it to have a central defensive partner?
I think the back four and the goalkeeper are absolute pivotal to any success that you have, and I think that showed throughout the last 2 years of the club that they've had consistent back four, a consistent goalkeeper all the way through last season. The keeper didn't change. Yeah. The back four pretty much remained the same, but this year obviously they've stepped up a level and they've added. But obviously Greaves has stepped in alongside Wolfie and they've been seamless again. So I think the options that they have there are very, very strong.
I mean, it's the best back four. The team that wins a title has the best back four by a mile generally. But I think there's a willingness from the players to make it work no matter what partner you've got. We always thought that. You would have thought that. That's what that's sort of written in your DNA. That is it. This is what you do. You get on with people and make sure you get on with people. And you praise them and you cajole them, and you got to lead by example and all these kind of things as well. But it is, if you make a mistake, it's going to be generally a goal. So you've got to be really.
There's a certain
really
amount
strong.
of trust there as well, isn't there?
Absolutely, You've got to be able to trust your defensive partner. Forget the midfield players; it's the back four that moves together and all that. So you've got to be able to trust them. And if you can trust them, then you're halfway to being a really, really good back four.
Yeah, they have to be more consistent down there, your back four players. Especially defensively. You've got to know that they're going to do a job for you in and around the 18-yard box and how they work with the goalkeeper as well.
Let's just bring Bart back in now. Bart, what's it like to have a settled defence in front of you, so you know the guys, you know how they play week in and week out, rather than chopping and changing? How much of a difference does that make?
No, of course it's so important for the team, for the club to have that stability at the back, because I think like Terry said, basically the defense is going to win you a championship, and then it's got to be strong. It's got to be consistent as well. To be able to understand each other every week, and then playing every week with each other, that helps a lot.
Well, consistency, hopefully, fingers crossed, will be written through the squad, as you say, but people can come in and out, and we've got that flexibility.
Yeah, and we're unbeaten in 2 games.
Hey!
With a clean sheet. So, wow.
That deserves a round of applause.
It seems to be, getting better.
I think that's that's the key. You've got a centre half, and a goalkeeper that have never played together, and they've gone to Brighton and kept a clean sheet. So it's all positive.
It's a good sign, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's a really, really good sign. We'll talk about Southampton in a moment or two, but it is time to choose the Lives to Pitch TV Player of the Week, and that's sponsored by the Dove in Ipswich. So far, we've had Smodics, Greaves, Delap, Ogbene. So, Luke, who are you going to pick for Player of the Week against Brighton?
I will go for Muric
Muric.
this week.
Okay.
Very, very solid. I've been under a bit of pressure after a mistake, like I mentioned earlier in his first game, and you're going to need a performance like that from your goalie to get anything from a place like Brighton, where they are at the minute. So, yeah, he gets my vote this week.
Terry?
I thought Tuanzebe had an excellent game and kept Mitoma very, very quiet, even though, as Russell was saying to me earlier, Mitoma put some good crosses in the box, but the other guys dealt with it. But I'm going to go for Muric as well. I thought he made an unbelievable double save, and that is just before half time, I think, and that just kept us in the game. Yeah. So he deserves it for me.
Okay, Russ?
Muric for me too, Mark.
Okay.
So we've got everybody's vote here. I thought he was very, very, very good.
You're not going for Wolverton again, are you? No.
No, for what it's worth, I'm going to go for Muric as well.
All right, very good.
Because I thought he had a fantastic game from what I saw. So
Clean slate.
he is the Player of the Week. So congratulations to him. We've got Southampton at the weekend. Bart, a team you know reasonably well?
Yeah, I've spent 6.5 years there. Well, I was ages ago. Anyway,
Raised it from his memory.
I've joined them 2006, left them 2012. Had a reasonable time there. Started really well, then got injured, and was on the bench for a few years, and we've met some great friends. Really enjoyed it off the pitch.
So I'm guessing here that you will be very happy with an Ipswich Town victory on Saturday?
Yeah, no, listen, absolutely. I'm cheering for Ipswich.
Good boy.
Every week, no matter what they play.
But your manager at Southampton, one of your managers was George Burley.
Yes.
Yeah. What was he like with you?
No, he was very good. Like I've met George when he was at Hearts. I was at Hearts for a couple of months, and George was there. George was the manager there. Malcolm Webster was the goalie coach at Hearts as well. Mm. And then they signed for Southampton, and they signed me, and they were brilliant.
Could you understand him at all?
No, not at all. But they were brilliant.
No change there, no.
But obviously the time you had at Southampton was a bit frustrating than being on the bench. So to get the amount of games that you got at Town was a lovely thing, and to be the fans' favourite year in year out must have been a great feeling.
No, listen. After Southampton, I had to make a decision: either go back to Poland or step down the division in England. So I went to Notts County for 2 years, played every single game, and then had a phone call from Malcolm Webster. And if I fancy to come to Ipswich, and then I've signed for Ipswich, and then this has been my home for the last 10 years. Because even though I left Ipswich, went to Millwall, I still live there. My family lived there, and then amazing time.
Fantastic. Southampton, then, boys, you're going, aren't you, to watch? No. Russell is.
I'm going. Yeah, I had just over three years down there myself, so I had a great time down there. Fantastic part of the world, nice place to live down in the New Forest. It was lovely, so it'd be nice to go back, see one or two lads there. I spoke to Matt Letizia this morning, Fanny Benali, some great lads there. I think, like Bartosz said, it's a nice place to live, and there's some funny stories in that part of the country. So it was, but I played with a goalkeeper called John Burridge behind me. And one day the crowd were cheering as we were attacking. I thought that's all they were cheering about, but they were cheering because John Burridge was sat in the middle of the crossbar during the game. An absolute lunatic. He was, and that's about the only clean story I can tell about it. But he smashed me on the pitch one day at Aston Villa on the edge of the centre circle. Me and Alan McAnally, and he took us both out of the game. And he just looked down at me, and I was struggling to breathe, and he said, "Russell, Alan McAnally will not be coming out for the second half." And I'm on the floor going, yeah, struggling to breathe, not as bad as yours.
Goalkeepers are a different breed, aren't they?
Oh, don't even go there with him. Wow.
Terry, what do you think about Southampton then? This is, I mean, must win. I don't know, all the kind of cliches come out, don't they?
Well, I was there last year when we won 1-0 and quite comfortably won 1-0, really, just the one goal from Hutchinson. But I thought it was at the start of Russell Martin's sort of tenure there, and they were trying to install their sort of system of passing and, really sort of taking risks at the back and all this sort of thing. And Time were very comfortable, and I think they'll be comfortable on Saturday as well. I can easily see them winning. Not easily, but I can see them winning. I think this will be a good test, but also one that they should be looking forward to, one they shouldn't fear at all. So, yeah, I'm looking for 3 points.
Yeah. Jambo?
Yeah, I'd echo that. I think this will be a game that they'll know all about. Obviously, I haven't played them a couple of times last year, and I don't think they'll be too concerned by them. They'll know their strengths. You know what a Russell Martin team has and what they like to do, but that is something that can play massively into your hands if you catch them trying to overplay at times. And it'll be a game that, they'll be really, really looking forward to. I know they're having a little bit of a team meal this evening and sort of a bit of a bonding session tonight, so they'll be really looking forward to getting down there and taking that game on, and they'll be looking to take 3 points. But at the end of the day, if you just keep picking up points, keep moving along, it's not going to be a disappointment if they don't win it. They'll just keep moving on like they've always done for the last 2 years, but I expect them to win. Yeah,
and you expect also, Russ, a victory?
I expect them to win, as long as they don't get into a fight with them about who's got the most possession of the game. I think we just got to play the game as it comes along. They're great at keeping possession. We're great at keeping possession. But whoever comes out on top of the possession, it doesn't matter. You've got to come out with at least a point, 3 points, which I think we'll get. And if we get a point again, that's a great result away from home. And every point away from home is going to be vital for us this year. So I'll be very pleased with the point. I'll be over the moon with 3 points.
Well, we'll see what happens at the weekend, of course. Yeah. So, Bart, let's bring you back in again now onto the show and spend a bit of time talking with you. Some stories of your time with Chambo over there, and either of you want to recount any moments when you weren't colliding with each other, perhaps? Luke's got that sort of look on his face.
Well, I'm not sure if my memory is that great, to be honest. Now listen, like over the 5 years I've been in Ipswich, we had such a great atmosphere in the dressing room. The lads we've had, maybe not so the season we went down, but the first 4 years were like brilliant. Like we enjoyed it so much. Maybe the football wasn't great, but we had a great time. I'm sure Chambo can echo that as well. The lads we've had, the likes of Didzi, Mervs, Beza, Tommy Smith-Smarch, and Scusis, Chambo, Gergs, like we all had a great time together. We all enjoyed it, and we had that togetherness. But so I can say.
We had unbelievable players, didn't we? We had some fantastic players that came through, and we had some not so great ones, and that was the hand that we were dealt and the budget we had to play with. But he mentioned there the team spirit that we had, the characters that we had, the characters that we were lucky enough to experience a dressing room with that Mick recruited, like the Hunt brothers and people like that, and Jay Tab, who's now a jockey and wanted to quit playing football after 3 years and go and be a rugby player, and just these different characters. Even the likes of Jonathan Douglas, who came in and the career he had, and he didn't get a great rap from the fans, but what a career he had, and the interesting character to drive the team to the next level, and just all those players, like you mentioned David McGoldrick and the career he's gone to have. And he actually messaged me the other night. He said he was going to come down to my running club. I was like, he's a changed man, because he never would have done that before. But yeah, Daryl Murphy scoring 30 odd goals in a season, and that's why we almost got promoted. And the team we had, you could level at them. Were we the biggest names out there? No, but the camaraderie we had, the togetherness, sticking together, trusting each other on and off the pitch to get the job done was something that yeah, I only experienced it once before in my career when we were at Forest for a couple of years.
Would you say that it was that spirit that really helped get to the playoffs 2015? Because it had to drive right to the end to get there.
Yeah.
Then of course we're playing those from up the road, aren't we? First leg at home, second leg away. It was difficult, but we still had a chance after the first leg. But you did incredibly well to get there and give us some optimism that we're gonna then move forward. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but it was a great run to get to the playoffs.
Well, we've said it before, and we were top of the league on Boxing Day, and we didn't make the right decisions. Well, I say the club didn't make the right decisions as a football club to back the coach. We played with 14 players that season. I think Mick never changed the team really. We all knew what we were doing. We all had to stay fit, and even if we weren't fit, we had to play. It's not like it is now, and that's not saying we were this like light years ago. It was only a few years ago, but it's not the way it was now. And we had to have that belief in each other to actually, if someone's at 75% fitness, we'll pick up the other bit, and that's what we had to get us to where we needed to get to.
Did you feel like you've got Bart behind you? Because we all thought as fans, it's going to take something special to beat Bart, because he was an incredible goalkeeper. Strong, quick, would kick his own defender, which he did on several occasions, I think. But he was always going to make saves. He was that sort of guy.
Yeah, now that again comes with consistency. And when Bart came in, he came in to fight for the number 1 jersey with Dean Gerken, and Gerks did tremendously well when he played. But once Bart had that challenge with him, and their relationship was brilliant, the goalkeeping department, and even then, when either didn't play, the reaction and the attitude that would carry through into the dressing room, it just never fazed anyone. And once he got in the team, that was it. His role was there. We knew what was happening. I think the back four we had at the time was me, Tommy Smith, Berra, Tyrone Mings. We had a fantastic defence, and that's what our success was definitely built on. You had 30 goals in from a striker. That's your season chasing the playoffs, and people can say whatever they like about whether we were this and that, didn't play great football. We were one of the best teams in the league that season, and had we added, as Bart will say, in January when all the players were there to be taken, we just, for some reason, didn't make the right decisions.
Yeah, well, Bart, do you think that Mr. Evans should have spent a bit of money then that transfer window?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Chambers said it all. We had a great chance to win promotion to Premier League. All we needed was some help from the owner in January to get us over the line. We needed some help, like Chambers said. We played the full season with 14, 15 players maybe, and then it was devastating in the end.
Because we limped in a little bit, didn't we? We lost the last day of the season at Blackburn, and I think we only got in because I think Reading beat Derby at Derby 3-0 somehow. And we were celebrating, but it felt like, oh God, how have we got it? Because we were dropping a little bit at times. It was tough.
Yeah, was the Blackburn last game of the season? I think we lost that game.
We lost 3-2, didn't we? Yeah, away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very odd feeling. I was up at that game, and it's a very odd feeling, like we'd lost. Then, we're in the playoffs. Oh, okay. Yeah. It was a very strange feeling.
I remember the feeling after the game. I was like, everyone was like sad. No one really celebrated like we got into the playoffs. Even though we knew we got to win the playoffs, but we lost the game, and we were like, do you remember Chamber? It was weird.
It was so weird. We had to keep double checking that we were in it, and then it was like, okay, then right, 2 more games, let's go.
Don't book the holiday just yet.
No, we were gutted. No, it was. No, I'm only joking. But we had such a good, solid group, and that was built on Mick's principles and Terry's and how he was tasked with leading the football club. There was no director of football. There was no sporting director. There was no. We had one analyst, we had one physio, one fitness coach, and Terry and Mick. I see the bench now, there's more people there. But there's obviously now places and budgets for these people to come and help the team be successful. But I think that's probably what brought us so close together, because we were up against it from minute one. And I think the group of players that he brought together responded from being up against things. And like Bart says, he's proved there. He'd say he had a tough time at Southampton, but he was at Southampton Football Club for 6 years and done a great job. He then had to step down a division to come again, and boy, did he come again. He's played for Poland and unbelievably well.
Bart nearly played at Wembley. You nearly played at Wembley, didn't you, Bart? At Southampton?
No, I was on the bench
Yes, I know that. That's why I asked you. But
Oh yeah, that was.
you didn't play at Wembley, but you played in the Football League Trophy semi-final against Norwich.
Norwich, yes.
You saved 3 penalties.
Hey.
No, that weren't him.
And I've got it. It might have been. It might not. But we won the match, and then you were left out of the final. That's a bit unfair, wasn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Next week he was at Notts County.
But then, yeah, exactly. But then again, I think who was the? Oh, never matter. I was devastated, to be honest. Obviously, I still enjoyed it when we beat. I think it was Carlisle in the final. But yeah, to play at Wembley, have a chance to play at Wembley, and to miss not playing, I was devastated when I found out I'm not going to play.
Well, look, I'm going to look at your stats now because the Renegade Statman is here with us in the Churchman stand over there. And every week he's giving us some stats, fascinating stats that we didn't know that we needed to know. And this week's stats, about fair description, Sean, isn't it? Yeah, I think so, yeah. So Muric kept his first clean sheet for Ipswich at the weekend and became the 46th town keeper to achieve the feat. The current Blues number 1 has a way to go to match Paul Cooper's record of 186 clean sheets in 575 games. And Bart, you sit 9th in the list of all-time greats with 41 clean sheets. So shall I go through these for you? Christian Walton, 39. Bart, 41. Ken Hancock, 49. Mick Burns, 52. Laurie Civil, 58. David Best, 62. Roy Bailey, 71. Craig Forrest, 74. Richard Wright, 119. And Paul Cooper, 186. And the Renegade Statman would like me to ask you, Bart, which was your favourite clean sheet? And don't say the hotel room.
Good question. I think Huddersfield's away. I'm gonna say just the first game popped into my mind.
Yeah.
I think we beat them 1-0. I had I had a good game, to be honest. One of the shots I had to save was from Chamber. Not sure if you remember.
No wonder he was quiet on that one.
Well,
explain.
To clear it, you miskicked and smashed into me or something like that.
I'll have to look that one up, mate, to be honest.
Yeah, of course you don't remember.
But we often talk about strikers, don't we? And it's all about getting the goals. But actually, as we've been talking tonight, so important to get that clean sheet, not to let any in. And so when you have that happen, the final whistle goes, you're feeling great job done?
Yeah, absolutely. For us, for a keeper or for the defenders, to keep a clean sheet is massive. We pretty much always do have a bonus for
Hold on a minute.
clean sheet.
Did you? What?
Clean sheet bonus.
Nah, I didn't have one of them. I probably gave it up for a striker scoring a goal.
Oh, okay. Well,
You owe me that as well. How many did you get? 49?
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Oh, God. No wonder you're living in Spain.
Well, my basic wage was crap.
But it's great when you read the list of keepers there that have played for Town, and to be part of that list is fantastic. So we'll give him a round of applause, I think, for being on that list, which is fantastic. It's time for this week's Ask the Legend, sponsored by Seckford Golf Club. And Tony joins us from Seckford with his nice Pioneer shirt on there. Tony Pennock. And our question this week for Russell and Terry is coming up. So, Bart, you can try and put Terry and Russell off. You can help them with this if you want. Chambo just sits there and smiles at them and tries to put them off. Well, you can have a go yourselves, and maybe you can get close. But the score at the moment is
Close.
Very close. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Okay.
Get over and done with. Come on, tell the score.
All right, Russell 5, Terry 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the closest it's going to be honest.
We will see. So, Tony, what have you got for us this week?
Tonight's question is about the FA Cup final. What minute did Roger score the goal?
Okay. So, do you want to go first, Terry?
Very sharp, aren't you, if I'm going to say?
It is you this week, mate.
Yeah.
We're keeping tabs.
78th.
78th minute. Okay. And Russell.
78 and 30 seconds.
Oh, I don't mind it.
If you've got that accurate down to the 30 seconds, I'm going to come over there and hit you, all right?
What do you think, Chambo? Are they close or?
Well, they seem like they both know the answer, don't they?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm not going to hazard a guess. That's not
Okay.
my game.
Bart, do you want to have a little stab at that or not? Were you born in 78?
No, I've got no idea.
No idea.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Next.
So, Tony.
You won't be running to punch me tonight, Terry.
Oh, good.
77th.
Oh, you're joking.
Yes.
77.
A point to Terry
Well done,
Butcher.
Terry.
I always thought, was it not the 70? I always thought the 78th. Was it the 78th
13 minutes
in
from the end,
78?
yeah. Actually in the programme at Brighton at the weekend.
Yeah, there you go.
Research.
Well done.
Well done. No,
Well
I'm
done.
not coming over to hit you.
So that is.
But I will next week if you give me a bad one next week.
Close. 5-2 then.
5-2. All right, say it
All
quickly.
right.
5-2. Sunday, Chambo. What are you up to on Sunday?
I am running the Ipswich Half Marathon.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah. We're running it with and for Combat to Coffee. Obviously, Nigel and Terry's an ambassador. Is that right, Terry?
Patron.
Patron. The charity. Well, I'm not sure it's a charity, but they're doing great things in the community and what they're doing over there. Something that I'm really trying to get behind. Also got my wellness club, running club. That's I think 50 members are doing it as well. So yeah, something that has been great for me, just focusing on again after I had a few months off from training every day of my whole life. And then I needed a bit of responsibility to get out there, and then the guys asked me to do it for them, so I thought something for me to look forward to and just have a nice day out on a Sunday afternoon. Whether it'll be nice or not, I'll let you know next week.
Stroll in the
Find out
park.
next week.
But it's grown. His club has grown enormously. I mean, he's a leader. He's a leader with town. He's a leader with all the clubs he's been at, and he's a leader. Now he's finished playing football. But I can imagine you still want to lead. You still want to be part of a group and still keep it going. And fair play to you. I couldn't run half a yard, let alone half a marathon. So yeah,
I think I'm really lucky that I stopped when I thought the time was right, and my body, I could still be playing every week for the next however long. But I'm fortunate enough to be able to get out and run every week and meet the people that I've met and build the community that I'm building locally is brilliant for me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Did you
I'm getting a lot of
enjoy
it.
running when you were training?
Hated running, and after I had 3 months off and let every injury settle and kick and bang and every piece of injury that I'd played through, I had to speak to myself, because I was like, right, I'll start tomorrow. And I was like, oh, you don't have to do it anymore, Luke, in the back of my head. All right, I'll get up in the morning and go tomorrow. Just doesn't happen. So I've sort of got the idea of, which Bart will probably be used to now. Obviously, he's going to have to do something. Otherwise, I know how much he likes his sweets and stuff. Where it used to be on the bus. But yeah, I have to have the...
I'm more of a big person, to be honest, not the sweet person.
Yeah, cakes. But no, I think having that responsibility, which I've always thrived on, I suppose, to say that I'm going to be somewhere at a specific time is my reason for getting up and getting out. And then, like we say, the club has, I think we're nearly 400 members, and
Fantastic.
it's been
Good
brilliant.
luck on Sunday.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
See how you did
Well
next
done.
week. Well done.
Very good.
And Bart, what's it like now not having to get up for training and stuff? Obviously, Luke was, giving himself a little talking to every day by the sounds of things. What is it nice not to have to worry about what you eat, or are you still in that regime?
No, it's been brilliant so far. Like first 2 months, I've put on 10 kg. So really enjoyed the first couple of months. I've eaten like so much, and obviously like beer every now and then didn't help. But yeah, well, I've had 4 months off now, and I'm still enjoying it.
It's all that paella.
Like Chambers said, obviously you need to have that time off to just reset yourself, and then after a few months you just feel like you got to do something. Chamber found the things he found, his wellness club and his company, and getting involved with like the charities and building community together. So I'm sure I'm gonna do something as well pretty much soon. But at the moment, I'm still enjoying life with family. Obviously, dropping my boy to trainings 5 times a week, spending time with them. It's brilliant.
Do you do any training at all? Do you not? You're not so much goalkeeping, but do you actually run or whatever?
I go to a gym with my wife. I do run. Don't love Chamber, but
you're lying, mate. You're lying. Stop lying.
Couple Ks in a hit. It's nice. Just and then training with my boy sometimes, couple times a week. That's all.
And which position does he like playing in? Is he a goalkeeper?
Yeah, he's a goalie as well.
He's very good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we need to keep a watchful eye on him then. Ipswich is a great place, Bart, as you know, getting back over here.
Yeah.
Who knows? Hopefully.
Just make sure that he doesn't kick the ball out of play all the time. Just make sure he keeps it. He just keeps it on the pitch in between the lines. Yeah.
I keep saying to him like he needs to to be fair, he's like improved a lot with his feet, and then trying to teach him how to play out from the back. But I'm not sure if I'm the right person to teach him that. So.
Nah, you're not, mate. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Mate, that's why we'll bring us on to the next point. That's why Paul Hurst said you weren't good enough, mate. Wasn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Don't bring that name.
Yeah.
I know everyone wants to hear about that.
Yeah, anything you want to say? I mean, we've heard about how you arrived, but do you want to fill us in a little bit on how you left?
Yeah, I just needed a change. Like the way we played the season we went down, I just needed a change. I was crap that season. Didn't enjoy it. For so many reasons, so I had to leave just for the sake of my career, to be honest, because I wanted to play in the championship, and I just had to go.
It was a difficult time, wasn't it?
You just got to go.
Which was alluded to before.
Yeah, but he went to a club that liked him as well. He went to Millwall, and in 2019 he won the Golden Glove. So you can see it was the right move, and he still had all that ability as well, which unfortunately left us. So he was determined to do well, and I think fair play to him. That's great.
Player of the year there as well.
We would have loved him
to
have stayed a lot longer. Really, yeah.
I didn't miss him at all, to be honest.
You didn't?
I don't think he missed you as well. He certainly didn't miss you on the halfway line, anyway.
I wish he did.
No, we were seeing each other at least once a week, Chamber, with our boys who were playing together.
Yeah. No, me and Bart always got on from day one. It's
yeah.
Privilege of mine to play with him. And
yeah, good times. Right, okay. So we have an opportunity for some audience members tonight. I think they've already selected themselves. It's time for our Table Footy Challenge, sponsored by Fred Olsen Logistics. So, Russell and Terry, would you like to come and take your place here? Bart, obviously you're not in the studio. Are you any good at table football at all or not?
Table football, yeah.
Yeah? What a shame you're not here. We have 2 members of the capacity crowd who are going to play for you. Welcome, boys. Come on. So this is how it works. We have 60 seconds to see how many goals are 2 members of the capacity crowd. You're playing for Bart, okay? See how many goals you can score against our two England internationals. Chambo is still top of the leaderboard with 5, way ahead of everybody else. Are we allowing spinning? I thought no. All right, no spinning. Okay, so let me have a little look. 60 seconds starting from the whistle.
Where's Judgy? When we need him. He's here.
Oh, bit of spinning going on there. Oh, the temptation to spin is so great. So it's a cagey midfield game at the moment. A good shot there from Russell. Good save, though, from our capacity crowd. So still 0-0 at the moment. It's not going to be a big scoring game, I don't think, this one. Still very, very cagey. Still cagey. Playing out from the back. Oh, it's 1-0. Our England internationals let a goal in. Is that 1-1? Oh, it's 1-1. Tight game. You got about 20 seconds left. 1-1 the score. 2-1. 2-1 to the capacity crowd playing for Bart. 2-1. 2 goals in. See if we can get another one. Chambo in the lead still with 5.
Still relaxed over
2-1.
it.
5 seconds.
Take your time, lads.
5 seconds. 2-2, the final score. Well done, boys. You'll get up on the.
Best game of the season.
We'll get you up on the leaderboard. Chambo still at 5, Nicky and Jasmine at 2, but you're ahead of Doza, Judgy and Walkie. So well done, congratulations.
Good performance, lads.
Have you two been practising, Terry and Russell? You've been practising?
No.
Not the back pass.
No, okay.
Oh, certainly not the back pass. Wow. I wasn't expecting that at all, no.
Right.
Oh dear. Well, it's a good game. So Bart, did they do okay on your behalf?
Yeah, like Chambo said, we'll take a point and move on.
Wait, what did he used to say? Every point's a prisoner. Oh, Mick.
Did he have some catchphrases then, Mick?
Oh, did he? Yeah.
Come on, share a few with us.
Bart's
Come
got
on.
him.
Go on, Bart.
I think you need to get Didzy on the show. I think Didzy can be a Mick. Chambo.
He's very good. Yeah, he's very good at his impressions.
Mick impressions.
Yeah.
When he wants.
Luke Chambers, he swears when he wants. Yes.
When I'm not on Sky, I'm all right.
I blame Bart for that, but he just let him into that.
Teed him up. Yeah.
Oh dear. He was. I mean, obviously he fell out with the fans a little bit towards the end of his time, but when he left, he had a really good big send off from everybody inside the club, didn't he? He was much loved.
Yeah, his hands were tied, weren't they, Bart?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Absolutely. No, he's been brilliant. Everyone missed him. Everyone was sad to see him go, but obviously he made the decision to go, and we had to respect it.
There was a switch, though. There was a point where we knew that it wasn't the same guy leading us.
Yeah.
And that was evident, I think, in things that were going on and interviews and the way he was picking his teams and the way he was communicating with some people. So
Had enough.
I think he'd had enough, and he'd given his whole life to the club. And his family were in Bromley, and he was here, and he was the hours he put in. At the end of the day, I know that's the job.
He punched above his weight, really, didn't he? With the finances that were available to him.
He felt that, what more can I do for you lot?
Yeah.
And that's how he ended up portraying that, which we couldn't. Yeah. What could we do? We couldn't really get behind that.
I guess the fans took their frustrations out on him when perhaps they should have taken their frustrations out on the owner.
Yeah, but then in football you get bored, don't you? You get bored you want what's new, don't you?
But you could see Mick. You couldn't see the owner.
Yeah,
that's right.
You could get a reaction off Mick. Never got a reaction off the owner because you couldn't see him anywhere.
Yeah.
Simple as that. So,
did you guys ever see him when Marcus? Was he down much?
Very rarely.
Yeah.
Very rarely.
It was
I'll over the 5-6 years, I will probably see him 3 times, maybe max, 4 times.
And it's difficult when every single decision has to be signed off by Mr. Evans. So nothing really gets done that needs to get done, and the levels you need to take places to. We all know how to create successful teams and successful environments and football clubs, and there was just none of that. So it was literally like us against the world in the end.
Yeah.
That's what Mick's mentality was at the end, and it was just like, you know what, enough's enough, and won the game and walked out. He didn't tell any of us.
Oh, really?
After that game, he did it in front of the press, and that was it. I saw him next day in the office. He was like, "I've had enough, done."
Yeah.
You can only take so much, can't you?
Yeah, and I think it was just the right time, wasn't it? But if he'd have had the support that the next fella had, things might be a bit different.
Move on. We're just a bit down.
Sorry. Sorry. Time for we'll do Man v Fat in a minute or two, but time for On This Day in History, sponsored by Fred Olsen Logistics. You're on, Russ.
Right, On This Day in History, brought to us by Dan Botten in his book, the 18th of September. We're starting back in 1962. Ipswich's first excursion into the European Cup saw them hammer Malta's Floriana 4-1 on a sandy pitch in intense heat. Dynamic front duo Ray Crawford and Ted Phillips each scored twice. Also, on the 18th of September, this time 2005, tempestuous Spanish right-back Castro Cito was sent off for the second time in 8 days as Town lost 1-0 to Norwich City Portman Road in front of 29,184 fans. Just moving down a little bit to the 19th of September, 59, Town drubbed Sunderland 6-1 with Dermot Curtis scoring the first 3 and Ted Phillips the remainder. It's the only time that 2 Ipswich players have scored a hat-trick in the same league game.
There's one for the renegade Statman over in the corner, I think, on that one.
And the last comment here on the 19th of September, Cumbrian-born left-footer Steve McCall, Grimace to his friends.
Yeah. Grimace.
Made his debut in a 3-1 UEFA Cup victory over Norwegian outfit Skidoddslo. The cultured?
No, I wouldn't have called him cultured.
No.
The honest McCall.
The honest McCall appeared 331 times, including a run of 166 consecutive games. Scoring 12 times, he was capped at England B and under-21 level.
What was the name of that fullback again? I've never heard of him before. Castro
Cito.
Right. No,
Never heard of him.
Anybody ever heard? You seen him?
Yeah.
What was he like?
He was all right.
Was he?
He was all right, yeah. Clearly not that well known, but...
Was he cultured?
Right back. He was right back in the changing room twice, wasn't he? In the space of 8 days.
Yeah.
Boom,
That
boom.
takes some doing. I think Bart got sent off on his debut for Ipswich in the reserves, didn't you, Bart? Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry to bring that up.
Great link. That's a great link.
Well, I was on loan from Southampton, 2009, I think, and obviously Richard Wright was the first choice goalie, and then I just had to go somewhere on loan, even though I knew I'm not gonna play. I just wanted to change something, and then I came to Ipswich, and I played the first game for the reserve team, and then got sent off against Luton.
Handball outside the box, was it?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm a fellow keeper. I kept half a clean sheet with Paul Cooper. You want to check those stats as well,
Right.
Because I must share one of those clean sheets with him as well.
So half a clean sheet.
So he must be something and a half, 128 and a half.
Okay. We'll double check.
Thanks.
We'll make that correction.
Thanks, Mark. Statman.
No, it's a pleasure. You thought you got away with that one, Bart, didn't you? The old sending off bit.
Happen.
Right, it's time for our Man v Fat results. A fantastic week for the Man v Fat lads, who lost a massive 35 kilograms between them this week. We now have 96 local players enjoying playing football and losing weight. Highlights of the week were Ben Fisher, Phil Bown and David Catamol hitting their 5% milestones, along with Christian Harvey reaching a healthy BMI. This week's results: Ivory Toast 8, Galatasaray 9, the Red Hot Chubby Fellas 5, the Wickham Waddlers 18, Borussia München Flapjack 12, the Red Cat Funts 20.
Go on, the Funts.
Hardly Athletic 8, L'Argentina 14.
Brilliant.
The 11s team beat Thetford 10-2 at the weekend, with Gary Nightingale the man of the match, and travelled to Norwich on Sunday, so wish them luck. So well done to the Man v Fat guys. Bart, it's been an absolute delight to have you on the show today. Do you think you'll get a chance to come back any time and watch the town?
Yeah, absolutely. I will come back, and hopefully I'm gonna get some tickets, and yeah, I'm sure I'll be over.
It's dodgy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
good luck with that.
Don't know about that. You have to go in the ballot.
But Mark, I have to say about Bart, he's won the Player of the Year trophy 3 times.
Yep.
There's only Johnny Walk that's won it more 4 times. So of all the incredible players that we've
Yep.
had over the years,
Yep.
he's one of the best. One of the best.
Brilliant.
Chamber, what do you want to say to your friend before we sign off?
Yeah, I should have won it one of them years, but it's all fine. No, honestly, mate, thanks ever so much for coming on.
Well,
it's great to see you.
I've got many Polish friends who voted for me, so
Yeah. When they come through, don't they? So fair play.
Yeah.
It leads me on to the story of one of those years I got a vote as Player of the Year. Yeah. Someone wanted to put Daryl Murphy down, but put Mark Murphy down. So I got a vote as Player of the Year.
Well done,
Mark.
Thank you. Thank you. Highlight of my career. Bart, all the very best with whatever you do next. Give him a big round of applause, everybody.
Well done, Mark.
Russell, score prediction for Southampton versus Ipswich.
1-2 to Southampton.
all right, see you guys.
See that, Mark?
No, to be honest, Mark, the other way around. 2-1.
Okay, 2-1 to town. Okay, all right. Terry?
1-0 town.
Chambo?
3-1 town.
3-1 town. Good man. That, of course, behind BT Spa is what I will go with as well. 3-1 to town. Thank you very much, everybody that's been on the show. Thank you, Capacity Crowd. You've been amazing. If you want to be in our Capacity Crowd one week, it's free beer, soft drinks and snacks and good company, and it's warm in here. It's a warm space. Then go to our website, lifesapitch.tv. It says Capacity Crowd at the top, and you can apply to be a guest on the show there. So that's it for this week. Don't forget you can check out what we're up to on our socials, and all it remains for me to do is to say 2 little words ahead of the match on Saturday. Blue Army, everybody! Army! This has been a Life's a Pitch TV production. Main sponsor, DPS Tech. Also supported by Lakens, All About Hearing, Forward Floors, Ginger Pickle, Fred Olsen Logistics, The Dove, Seckford Golf Club, Ashford Wright, John Keeble Cars, Venue 16, The Hudson Group, Come Hither Design, Sound 4 Pro Audio, and Suffolk Sound. Our charities this year: Cancer Support Suffolk and the Ipswich Town Community Foundation.